What's happening, guys? This is Rafael at Topshop Collectibles, and I run an online TCG business, TopshopCollectibles.com, from the basement of my house in good old Illinois. In today's video, we're in for a treat because yesterday, May 16th, PokeBeach.com just revealed an article with very important information of what it is to come with the Pokemon TCG market. If you're a collector, an investor, and especially a TCG business, you need to understand what really is going on and prepare, because when the change happen, it will happen fast. So you need to be prepared, and you need to know what direction you're going to take with your business, with your collecting, with your investing when that time comes. So let's dig into it. All right, so yesterday, May 16th, PokeBeach.com revealed or released an article that essentially was titled, and I quote, "Black Bolt and White Flare to experience severe shortages." And if you guys don't know PokeBeach.com, it's a reliable, very reliable source. Any information that he puts out on his name is John, any information that he puts out in his website is confirmed. And by all means, you can go over there and read the article, but in this video, I'm gonna unpack it all and give you my input, give you my thoughts as to what I think the market's going to do when the time comes. What is really going on with this shortage, severe shortage that we're talking about? So it's two big things, right? Bad news and good news, right? So let's start with the good. The good news is that Pokemon Company is printing a max capacity for all these quote unquote high in demand sets like Surging Sparks, 151, and Prismatic. But we have been knowing this. They announced it back in March, and I'll put a screenshot of that here. They announced it. They said that they were going to print at max capacity. But history tells us that Pokemon Company, my screen just fell over there, by the way, but we're going to ignore it. History tells us that it takes Pokemon Company about 6 to 10 months for them to actually catch up with the printing. Because if you guys haven't noticed, every time we're in a set release, we already know about the next two sets that have to come, because Pokemon Company prepares way in advance with their printing, right? To be able, by the time Destined Rival comes, they're already going into black and white deep. So since the March announcement, 8 months later, 6 to 8 months later, we're looking at September to October, right? That's usually where, again, as per history, is when Pokemon will be ready to start ramping up and really putting all that product to the market, and we can start to feel it, right? But the issue here is that Black Bolt and White Flare comes out in July, just a little bit shy of the known time frame that it takes them to start, putting all this product into the market. And one thing that wasn't quite clear in the article is that, are they printing more Surging Sparks and 151 and Prismatic? Because I made a video about this, and a couple months ago we got a lot of Surging Sparks booster boxes. There were bundles. There was a lot of Prismatic ETBs. I was able to get a couple cases of that. There was a lot of product, and we're still seeing a lot of product being dumped into the market. So I don't know if this means that they're continuing to do it for the next couple of months, or is it the reprint or restock that we already got and is over and they're going to move on from that? Or are we still getting more? That's one thing that wasn't clear, but what it is clear is that they are focusing on these high in demand products and printing them to demand. And that is one reason why this severe shortage is being created for the black and white sets. So that's the good news, right? That they're printing to demand these high in demand sets. And the bad news is basically that there's going to be a shortage. A lot of LGSs and LCSs shops are going to get zero allocations, none, because they just can't print to demand the upcoming set. There's two reasons why this is happening. One, obviously, is the fact that they are focusing on Surging Spark 151 Prismatic. Number two is the fact that the Black and Bolt and White Flare sets, it's two different products. It's two different SKUs. And this is the first time that we have seen the Pokemon Company done a dual set like this, release it at the same time with two different SKUs. We've seen them doing something like the Scarlet and Violet base, for example. If you order a case of Scarlet and Violet base, you get 5 of the red ETB and 5 of the purple one, right? 5 and 5. That's an ETB case. If you order Black Bolt, you're going to get 10 Black Bolt in a case. If you order White Flare, you're going to get 10. So if you want both, you need to order 2 cases because, again, they are 2 different SKUs, right? So imagine this. Let's say, hypothetical numbers, let's say Pokemon Company has 3,000 printers, right? Right now, at the way we're going with what we have in the horizon, they would have to, let's say, allocate 1,000 printers to 151 prismatic and one surgeon sparks. That's about 300 printers each, right? 1,000 goes to printing that reprint to try to fulfill the demand for that. And then they have to allocate another 1,000 to Black Bolt and the other 1,000 to White Flare because it's 2 sets. We can clearly see how it takes away demand, manpower, hours of work, and management, people, resources to print these 2 sets because it's not just one and they're coming out at the same time. If it was just one set as opposed to 2 different SKUs, they could have dedicated all 2,000 printers to this one set, and this would have been the set that they could have print to demand. But because they're doing 2, it just fell at the wrong time. They are not able to. And again, there's going to be a shortage of product. So what does this mean moving forward, right? In my opinion, we have the mega era that is starting. I don't know how big the era is going to be. Maybe a small era. But whatever set that is that comes after Black Bolt and White Flare, that's the set that's going to more than likely be printed to the moon, right? AKA Oblivion. And that's going to be the time where a lot of the people that are here for the quick flip money, 10s and 20s, are going to exit the market. Once they see that they can no longer make the money and the Surgeon Sparks 151 and Prismatic, it's no longer being printed as heavily, and they're focusing on printing that new set, that's when we're going to see an exit into the market, and that's when we're going to see a little bit of a change. Now, I saw other YouTubers making videos about this and talking about this same article and these news that were released yesterday. And I saw somebody, I'm not going to say names, but somebody said that this is the end. This is going to be the time where everything's going to go down. We're going to go back to the normal times and we go into a bear market and the bull market is over type of deal. I personally don't believe that yet. And this is my opinion. And the reason why is because we're forgetting something very important that is to come. We are forgetting about the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. If history repeats itself, we may be landing in a position where they could potentially release it early in 2026, like February, March of 2026. Heck, if they wanted to, they could even squeeze it into during the holidays. And if they do that, then I don't see how this bull market will end right after Black Bolt and White Flare. I don't see it. So it's too early, in my opinion, to say that the set that's coming after Black Bolt and White Flare will be the one that they're going to print to Oblivion and will be the one that will put us back into the normal flatline market type, because we still have 30th anniversary and we still don't know what they're going to try to do with the holidays. The holidays is usually a big spend time. A lot of people look for Pokemon to give to others. A lot of people, there's sales going on, the Black Friday sales. I mean, heck, last year Black Friday sales were great. I picked up so much Silver Tempest in Last Origin. If you guys were around, you guys probably saw that those were going for $20. ETBs for $20. So it's a big spend. A lot of people spend a lot during the holidays, and Pokemon is on the shopping list of a lot of people as a Christmas gift. And so I don't see it. I don't see it yet. I may be wrong, but in my opinion, we are not going to see a decrease in the demand in the bull market, not until after the 30th anniversary is over. The mega set that's coming, for all we know, it may be great. They may actually be planning on doing something awesome with that set. We don't know yet. We don't know. I mean, even Black Bolt and White Flare, we don't have all of the cards yet. We have maybe 12 of the IRs or SIRs. If that, we still don't know what else is in there. And it's already being hyped, just like it happened with Destined Rivals. And so that's my 2 cents. I just wanted to make this video. I actually wanted to make the video yesterday, but as you guys can see, I've been busy building shelves and doing some moves here in the shop or basement. I keep saying shop, but you know what I mean. 30th anniversary, that may be the Black Swan event that keeps us into this bull market. But after that, then yes, by all means, I can say we're going back to the normal times. And to be honest, I enjoy the flatline times. I think that is a better time than what we are seeing here. It's so hard to find product right now for any business that's trying to make it. It's really hard to find product, and everybody, because they know what they have and they know the way the market is, they don't want to sell at 80-75% market. They want 95% market. So the people that do want to sell at those 75% are usually reaching out to their favorite streamer, to their favorite YouTuber, to their favorite person that or their friends, and they're selling that way, as opposed to reaching out to a random guy on YouTube or Instagram. And that is tough for any business. So again, if you're a business, collector, investor, whatever you do, pay close attention once September rolls around and Black Bolt and White Flare comes around, because what you don't want to do, especially as a business, is take on a lot of product, a ton of product, launch tons of capital into a set right before there is a print to demand, print to oblivion. You're going to get stuck for a very long time. The whole purpose of a business is to buy, rinse, and repeat. Buy, sell, rinse, and repeat. Buy, sell, rinse, and repeat, right? You create money in that way. There is a potential for long-term investments in Pokemon, as we already know, but I believe that as a business, that is not a good practice. You are better off to do that on your personal, with your own money, with your own personal money, and with your own personal knowledge, right? The business should be buy, sell, rinse, and repeat. Continue to get that money growing. As you progress and get larger in the business, then you have funds available. You have cash reserves. Use those reserves to buy some sealed product to put in the back. Instead of having the cash that's not making you any money, buy some sealed cases, put them in the back, and those can grow with the business. That, it's okay. But if you're new and you're starting and you're just trying to get all this, you're tying up capital that could potentially help growing your business. This video was not about the business, by the way. This was about the article, but I'm going on a ramble now. Again, be mindful of what is to come. I just wanted to make this quick video and let you guys know what my thoughts are. Leave a comment down below. Leave a like on the video if you like the video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious to know what you guys think on what could potentially happen, and if you guys are making moves now to prepare for that. I am. But it's crazy times. And there's a lot of misinformation going around. There's a lot of people talking. There's a lot of people, fighting over what they believe is going to happen. The truth is, nobody knows the future. You are better off waiting a couple months and decide what's really going to happen. I can't really plan to do things 6 months in advance because we really don't know what could happen. We don't know what Pokemon's agenda is and what they have in store for the 30th anniversary. We have such a large influx of people that have come, new people that have come to the community, to the market. Pokemon has been doing great in the last several years. They may be going all out for 30th anniversary for all we know. And we just have to find out when that's going to happen. By the way, here's a bonus. When 30th anniversary comes out, you may want to start looking at 25th anniversary sealed products, because that usually tends to translate into an increase in pricing for those items. I've seen it before. And the reason is very simple. A lot of new people that have entered the hobby will get the 30th anniversary ETB, Pokemon Center ETB, sealed products, booster box, whatever it is that they make for the 30th anniversary, sealed to keep in their collection. And once they do that, they're going to realize that they also want the 25th and the 20th. And so the demand comes back for those older celebrations and generation sets. And this is the time that if you held several of those, or if you bought them at a cheaper price, you can potentially make a quick, easy profit on those, So I am looking at those personally, and maybe there's a play to be made. I love plays. I love to try to time the market or try to see the future, because it allows me to reason and understand if I am doing the right thing with the way I am approaching the market and the behavior, the human behavior of why people do things, like the Sword and Shield price increase that just happened. I took advantage and I made a video on Instagram. I made a video on YouTube. I can't remember if I did. I told you guys the day off. Buy now. It was $270 for a lot of those boxes. Now they're like $350, $400. Yeah, I am still rambling. I don't even know how long we've been on this video by now. It's a wholly 20 minutes by now. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here. And again, stay safe out there. Keep your head up. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.